Notes from the Pink Collar Ghetto by Susan Alexander. Picture this. A secretary arrives late to work. She apologizes to no one. She hangs up her coat, turns on her computer, ignores her telephone messages. She walks slowly to the coffee machine, pours herself a cup of coffee, then wanders back to her desk. Without knocking, she opens the door to her boss's office and watches in silence as he pounds away at his keyboard. She walks behind him, leans forward over his monitor and sighs, almost in his face. He stops working, eager to hear her woes.
My husband's car wouldn't start,
she says. The boss nods in sympathy.
and I had to take my daughter to school.
The boss is understanding, empathetic.
Oh, can I get you anything?
He asks.
No.
The secretary smiles.
Did I ever tell you the story about when I was going to school and working full-time and my car broke down halfway between here and Mississauga?
The boss is obviously flattered that someone he holds in such high esteem would share a personal anecdote with him.
Let me put aside all this work I have to do and listen to you tell me that story.
He says eagerly.
I'm sure that not only will it make my day and that I'll want to tell the story over and over to my family and friends, but I also know that afterwards I'll be so enlightened that I won't ever be able to understand how I was ever able to live before.
Nods the secretary as she seats herself comfortably in a chair facing the boss.
That reminds me.
She whispers under her breath as she fumbles in her purse for a piece of paper.
I brought this to show you. It's Lisa's report card. All A's and A pluses. A chip off the old block, I must say.
The boss reads the report card.
Remarkable. Unbelievable.
He says.
But not unpredictable. Look who she's got for a mother after all.
The secretary blushes at such honesty and forthrightness in her colleague.
Do you know the name of a restaurant that's good for kids? I'd like to take her out to dinner to celebrate.
I could turn on the net later on, if you'd like.
Offers the boss.
I'd appreciate that.
Replies the secretary. In the meantime, she has forgotten about the story she set out to tell.
Well, I should be getting to work.
She sighs and leaves the room. A few hours later, the boss leaves his office for lunch.
Are you going anywhere near the cleaners?
Calls the secretary.
Be honest, though. If you are, I wouldn't mind if you'd pick up my jacket. But don't bother if you're not going near there.
Oh no.
Answers the boss.
Even if I wasn't going in that direction, it would be good for me to go there. So of course I'll pick up your jacket.
By the way,
Says the secretary.
did you once mention that you studied poetry in university?
Yes, I did.
Says the boss, choosing not to remind her of the lengthy conversation they'd had on that subject a couple of weeks ago.
That was my first love, but I had to give it up for Boston. Maybe someday I'll be able to get back to it.
I thought so.
Mumbles the secretary.
I gave your phone number to my niece. She's having some problems writing a sonnet or something, and I told her that you'd know how to help her.
Of course.
Offers the boss.
See you later.
Says the secretary as she ponders the simplicity of his life. Toward the end of the day, the secretary walks into the boss's office. He is on the telephone. Nevertheless, she speaks.
I'm going out for a short walk to get some fresh air. My husband is going to meet me here and we're going to pick up his car. If he comes before I get back, just put him in your office with you, okay?
Half listening, the boss nods his approval.
By the way,
Says the secretary.
I sent off the manuscript to that prestigious journal, and it turns out it was full of errors. I know they were mine, but I told them that was the way you wrote it. I didn't want to look bad. Someday they may have a position available, and I'd like to keep my options open. I just thought I'd tell you so you'd know what to say if they phoned you.
Says the boss, still on the phone and feeling frazzled. The secretary walks out. Almost immediately, she walks back in.
Do you have any Windex?
She asks.
I think there's some in the storage room.
He offers. At the end of the day, the secretary and her husband prepare to leave.
What are you still doing here? Go home.
She says to the boss.
The work will wait, unless it's something important. Then you should stay. Oh, I have my cholesterol test tomorrow, so I won't be in right away, and I'll be pretty crabby when I get here because I have to fast from 8 o'clock tonight and no coffee in the morning. Wish me luck.
She says, knowing that he'll worry all night.
Good luck.
The boss calls in a genuine tone. Picture that.